Coliseum on the campus of Auburn University. This is the 2005 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship. Thanks so much for joining us. Different place, but an awful lot of the same faces. 4 of last year's Super 16s back in the mix this year at Nationals. UCLA, of course, shooting for the three-peat. Georgia, Utah, and Alabama also returning. Michigan back at finals after a year away, and Nebraska edging out LSU in prelims to clinch that 6th and final spot. Well, along for the ride with me, as always, 1996 Olympian Amanda Borden. Obviously, the big storyline, Amanda, can UCLA continue to solidify its dynasty label? Here's Coach Valerie Condos-Field thinking, well, I lost all this senior leadership last year, so this will be a quote-unquote rebuilding year. Don't try to tell that to senior Krista Maloney.
Nor to freshman Tasha Schwikert. Tasha has transitioned with ease into her freshman year at UCLA. She won the Pac-10 conference as well as this year's all-around title. But the good news for UCLA is that Tasha has filled a much-needed all-around spot due to the fact that junior Kate Richardson will not be competing in all 4 events because of a thumb injury.
One team that has not been injured this year, Utah. 4 squads have been ranked #1 throughout the year. They've been on top more than any other.
Well, the reason they've been on top is because they have 4 solid all-arounders, one being Ashley Postel. Ashley was a 2002 world champion on the balance beam, and she has brought experience, depth, and consistency to the Utes lineup.
Alabama, of course, always in the mix. Last won the national title in 2002. We love Ashley Miles, and she will certainly be a fan favorite in this competition.
When you think of Ashley Miles, you think of nothing but power. She dominates vault and floor, but she also captured 3rd in the all-around. But the new face, however, for Alabama is freshman and 2-time Olympic silver medalist Taryn Humphrey. Both Taryn and Ashley are looking to help Alabama capture their 5th national championship.
But I think the big team in question this season is Georgia. At regionals, they struggled on beam, barely made it to nationals, and then they come to prelims here and get the top team score.
Well, Coach Jacqueline said this team is immature, partly because they graduated 6 seniors, leaving only 2 upperclassmen. They started the season rough, but in prelims, they seem to turn it around, and the question is, can they do it again?
It's called Olympic order, vault, bars, beam, floor. That's how Nebraska will start out this meet. Michigan on bars, Georgia on beam, UCLA on floor, Alabama and Utah with buys. For the 2nd straight year, this competition will be held on a platform very similar to Olympic world competition. Nebraska's Dan Kendig and his Nebraska squad making its 7th straight appearance at Nationals. And boy, was he thrilled to make it to the Super 6 with all-arounder Rochelle Simpson unable to compete in prelims. More on that in a bit. Let's get started with Kristi Esposito up on vault for the Huskers.
Performing a front entry vault, pike front half, something we are not seeing as much in college. Little step on the landing, though.
Now, keep in mind, each of these teams will compete 6 gymnasts. The lowest score will be dropped. The other 5 will be combined for the team score on each event. Kristi getting things kicked off for Nebraska with a 9.75. Suzanne Yocklin has taken Georgia to the NCAA championships every single season of her 22-year career in Athens. Not an easy task this year, however, after troubles in regionals on the event where the gym dogs start today, the balance beam.
Kelsey Ericksen, though, has been a solid competitor. Very nice back handspring layout. This is a difficult event to start on at any competition, let alone at nationals. There's a lot of adrenaline and excitement. They need to come out and just control it.
Suzanne Yocklin has been messing with this beam lineup the entire season, particularly the leadoff spot, and it was Kelsey who came to her after Georgia's 4-meet losing streak and said, let me be the table setter, let me lead off, and she's been a very solid gymnast at that #1 spot on beam.
Very nice jump series, straddle jump, straddle jump. It's important to have somebody in that position that's confident. You want to get the team going, have a nice leadoff routine so that the rest of the team is set up. Very nice dismount, and again, fighting for those landings. That's what's going to decide who's going to win this competition.
That will certainly be a theme throughout this meet, and Yocklin has said because this is a young team, remember, Georgia graduated 6 seniors last year, that she's had to focus much more on the mental aspect of the sport than the physical. Kelsey Ericksen with a 9.85 as we peek in on Bev Plotke in her 16th year at the helm at Michigan. The Wolverines earning a bid to nationals by winning the South Central region. And this is sophomore Lindsey Bruck from Marietta, New York. Balance beam is actually Lindsey's specialty. First team All-American last year on that event. But for now, Amanda, bars is her focus.
Starting right off with the release move, pike Jaeger. Very nice. Something the judges are looking for on this event is hitting their handstands right here. Straddle back handstand. Looking for a nice vertical line. And of course, as always, a nice dismount, looking for a clean landing. Double layout. Just a small hop.
And those small hops will mean a little bit more this year. Talking to the coaches, they all know there is a greater point of emphasis on scoring. There have been a lot of high scores in this meet in the past, and the judges are really clamping down as we see a 9-8 for Lindsey Bruck. Last year, Valerie Condos-Field's UCLA squad defended its title by setting a Super 6 team record score on their home turf at Pauley Pavilion. A lot of seniors graduated: Jamie Dancher, Yvonne Tusek, Jeanette Antolin, but some pretty impressive freshman talent like Jordan Schwikert, Amanda.
Very nice second pass there. 1.5 twist front layout.
If the name Schwikert sounds familiar, Jordan does indeed have a sister, Tasha, who is an alternate for the Olympic team this summer in Athens. She, too, is a Bruin.
I talked to Tasha at the Pac-10 Championship, and she said that she was so excited to share her freshman year with her younger sister at UCLA.
Well, nice to see there's no sibling rivalry. They're not twins, by the way. Jordan is 18, Tasha's 20, actually deferred going to college for 2 years to train for the Olympics.
Getting ready for her last tumbling pass. Front full, front pike. Very nice landing.
Jordan and Tasha Schwikert, the first sister tandem ever to compete for UCLA at the same time.
Good start for UCLA on the floor.
And it'll score well, but missing a little bit of that customary dynamite we're used to seeing out of UCLA floor routines. As Schwikert gets things started for UCLA with a 9.875, and we are underway in Auburn.